Just
And welcome to another amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros. This is Big Baby Van.
Judas Black. And A.M.B, why don't you introduce yourself tonight, man? Welcome back.
My name is Austin Michael Baldridge, also known as A.M.B, and I'm glad to be back, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, man. We enjoy having you on the show. You know, you became, I mean, you're pretty much like one of the brothers now, man. You're on here so much. It's great having you on here. We love sitting down and talking with you. You know, we got a few different topics to talk about tonight, actually. So, you know, let's kind of dive right in here, big baby. Why don't you take it off for us?
I'm actually excited to hear about this Iron Man match.
Absolutely. Dirty, dig into the dirty right away. Dive right in, A.M.B.
This Iron Man match has been something a lot of people have been talking about and sharing a lot. Honor Among Wrestling this Saturday night in Bettendorf, Iowa. Myself, A.M.B, and Gunner Brave in a 30-minute Iron Man match for the Honor Among Wrestling Midwest Championship. And, when I got told that this match was going to happen, in the beginning, I was very excited. Just as people know a little bit about my journey who have watched me on here previously, I'm just starting, I'm just a little over a year into this business. And, to look back at the things that I have been able to do and be privileged to be on these shows with some of these guys like Gunner Brave, Conan Lycan, Nasty Nick Nolan, Sabotage Sean, and the list goes on. I was very excited when I first got told I was going to have this match with Gunner Brave, and to know that it's a 30-minute Iron Man match is it changes a lot about this match, because not only are we just having a match, there's a stipulation to this, and the best man can only win. And with an Iron Man match, the person with the most falls is the acclaimed victor. And it's just mind-blowing to me that I can't just pin him one time to win. I have to pin him multiple times. And Gunner Brave, everybody knows of Gunner Brave. And if you're not familiar with this guy is willing to do whatever it takes to win. And, he's put his body on the line for the entertainment of you fans. And I've seen it firsthand for myself. And he's amazing, So to be in the ring with a guy like him, that alone is a challenge in itself. But to have an Iron Man match just makes it all, very much more conflicting. And it's not going to be an easy match. It's definitely going to be the hardest match of my life. I'm not going to walk out of this match the same as I did when I walk into it on Saturday. And mentally, I said it earlier on in the year, I've tried to make it a point that I want to prove that I belong in this business, and I want to face the best. And whether it's in the Midwest or in the world or the United States, I want to make my name on my own and do it the right way. And Gunner Brave kind of changed my mentality on this match earlier today when Honor Among Wrestling released his little message to me. And it's gotten me a little shaken up. It just changes the dynamic of what I thought going into this, what this match would be. This is going to be special, and in the fans' eyes, this is going to be something they will never forget. I know personally and professionally, I will never forget Saturday. It's going to be one hell of a fight. And The sad thing for me is I got another show the next night. So it doesn't matter how I feel, win or lose, my journey has to continue. And I will be damned if I let Gunner Brave be the one to end my journey in this business, because I still have a lot of potential and a lot to prove. And I don't know what's going to happen Saturday, if I'm still going to walk out and be holding this championship or not, or if I'm going to be taken out on a stretcher. But there's a lesson that needs to be learned in this match, and Gunner Brave made it very clear to me today. And I'm just trying to keep my mind sharp and try to keep my cool, keep my composure. He said a lot of things. He said he respects me as I do respect him. But this match is going to be something very special. This is going to be a make or break match, not only for myself, I believe, but I think for Gunner Brave, just because I know the toll that his body's taken with the style that myself, Gunner Brave, and many others choose to go about. And he talked about it. His body's not feeling the best, and he's only 23 years old, and I'll shoot. I'm years old. So to hear that a guy is 3 years younger than myself and has wrestled longer than me, and he's making it a point to myself. He didn't discredit my ability and my passion for the business. He said that I have a lot of potential. But I truly believe there is a lesson that needs to be learned. And whether I win or lose, I think, I'm going to earn his respect at the end of the match. And that's all I can really hope for. As far as the fans, be ready to just see a whole nother side of A.M.B. I know I'm very energetic, and my passion rubs off on people, but I think this type of moment, I need this both professionally and personally. I need to go through something like this to really wake myself up. And it's Gunner Brave across the ring on Saturday, and I got a lot of respect for the guy, but he said a lot of stuff earlier, and it's been running through my head all day. And I just want to keep myself composed and just show everybody that, I earned this. It wasn't handed to me. And I'm not like Gunner Brave. I am my own self. And this Saturday, I'm looking to prove that. I think this is going to be the first match, the first real opportunity that I get to showcase what I am really about. So I'm looking forward to this.
I mean, absolutely,
This
absolutely.
this gives me vibes of Conan Lycan versus A.M.B. This is intense. This is everything on the line. This is woo, and I can't wait to be there and see it live.
You absolutely said a whole lot, and I was gonna wait till the end of this podcast to allow you to take a moment to spit a little bit of a promo directed right at Gunner. You know, I wanna hear that now. I mean, you can't follow that up at the end. You got to follow that up right after what your little testimony here about Saturday. So what A.M.B. What do you want to tell Gunner after what he said to you today?
Gunner Brave, I'm going to forget that Judas and Big Baby Ben are even here. I'm going to forget that the people are even watching. I'm going to act as if this is just me and you talking right here. I know what you're trying to do, and you're trying to get up in my head and make me doubt myself. No one, no one knows what A.M.B is capable of more than me, myself. And I don't think I've really had the opportunity to showcase what I'm capable of. And this is not about who's the toughest man or who can endure more. This is about who truly wants it more. And one of the things that really rubs me the wrong way is you say that you don't give a shit about this championship. This championship is not only a token from the company, but it represents everyone who pays the money to come and see what we do. And you can't disrespect those who pay, who pave the way for you. guys like Conan Lycan, who held this championship for 200 plus days, trying to establish this company in Iowa, you know, um, and I've been able to not only hold this championship and represent the company, but I've been able to do that not only, for the fans in Iowa, but I've been able to bring this to my hometown where not much happens here, and to be able to take this to go and read books to children and to see, the way they spark up, like that is what I'm here to do in this business. I'm not here to have a death wish and be a spot monkey or to do any of this wild stuff. I'm here to truly test myself personally and professionally. And I admire and respect the fact that you are calling me out for this. So win or lose, I know. I know what I'm capable of. And I know I have what it takes to get the 3 count. And I will prevail. I always do. I always do.
Absolutely, absolutely. You said it. Guys like Conan Lycan paving the way to build this company, HAW. And not only is this a special moment for you to prove this to Gunner Brave, but this is a special moment for HAW. This is the 1 year anniversary show. Like this is huge.
Yeah.
Like we're excited to be there. But
Yeah.
we're talking about HAW. There's also another show coming up April 27th that Wrestling with Bros will actually be present for MCW. And we're going to be commentating that show. So we'll have a desk set up and everything. So you're going to see us there. As far as I understand, you're wrestling Nasty Nick Nolan and someone else, right, for the MCW World Championship?
Yeah, the first ever MCW World Heavyweight Champion, Koa Laxamana. He is also in the match. So to kind of rewind on Midwest Championship Wrestling, since the inception of this company, the whole purpose of this is to bring something fresh and new. And since my time there, I've seen a lot of people kind of come in and out of the locker room, and there's always been one constant guy, and it was Nasty Nick Nolan. And I've had some history with Nasty Nick Nolan and some other promotions, and the guy, he looks out for himself, and I couldn't let him just kind of come over and disrespect the fans, and he's always trying to take, I don't think he really understands what he has to do to try to earn some people's respect and opportunity, get the opportunity where it's really deserved, and I find it really hard to believe that he just wants everything for himself. I truly think at the end of the day, he does care, what people think, but that question's up in the air. We'll never know, but he wants my championship, and I'm not going to let that happen. And I'm not going to let him disrespect anyone, especially the fans, because again, they're the ones that we want to leave an impact on. And that's what I'm here to do. And it seems like they don't know who they want to represent the company. And I feel it can't be Nasty Nick Nolan. And I think Koa Laxamana agrees with me. So I had the luxury of participating in a ladder match to determine a contract stipulation for a championship opportunity, and I cashed in on Nick. So I know he's wanting to take my head off, and I know Koa Laxamana wants his chance to get his hands on Nick, and I want to win. So at the end of the day, on April 27th, I want to be the one to truly represent something, just like I've been representing Honor Among Wrestling. I like that challenge, and I like that it puts a chip on my shoulder, because I have to step my game up every time I'm in the ring and in front of the people. And I like to get better. So, I want the pressure, and I want to be able to represent MCW, not only just because I want the fans to respect the company and the championship, and I want to be the beacon for what MCW represents long term. But also, you know, it is here kind of locally to me, and I really want to do something for the town. There's not much that really happens in my area, and a lot of kids don't really have nothing to really like look forward to. They all kind of get caught up in this cycle of life sometimes, and just to be able to give something positive for the community, that's what I want to do for any company, really. And just leave the company better off than it was when I first started. Like if I can do anything to help, I'm willing to do whatever I can, no matter what company it is that I'm wrestling for, you know. So the fact that I'm sitting here as a double champ, it's pretty cool. I
That's
never in my
amazing.
wildest dreams would have thought I'd be holding a championship, let alone two at the same time. So, you know, uh, April 27th is going to be an interesting match just because I'm kind of wanting to have fun, but I also know that there's an obstacle ahead of me. And just like any other night, my goal is to steal the show and leave an impact on whether it's one fan or all of them. And I think the match itself is going to be very entertaining. So I'm looking forward to not only participating in that and being able to defend the championship in my hometown at Skydive Chicago in Ottawa, Illinois. That's going to be an awesome, honor to be able to say that I've done. But and plus to see you guys, it's going to be cool to see you guys. Uh, don't really get the chance to see you guys a whole lot just because you guys are out in Iowa and everything. But it's always good to see familiar
I
faces. So
promise you this, though. I promise you this. Pat McAfee energy from Big Baby Ben at his announce table. When A.M.B comes out, I am standing on my chair and hitting. We are gonna get popping, brother. Yes, we are gonna get popping, brother.
hell yeah,
I
that's
can
what's up.
tell you this, man. You say you don't see a lot of us right now, but I'm going to tell you this. When I get my training done, Steve told me most guys usually reach that period in about 6 months. They usually get there, get the basics down, and start understanding and can participate in some like dark matches, things like that, at about 6 months. I'm telling you, once I get that 6 months and on, I'm coming. I'm telling, I'm coming, and you will see a whole lot more of me. So,
All right, all right, man.
absolutely. All right. So tonight we're talking about you're a double champ, HAW, MCW. We just kind of wanted to do a little bit of creative here, talk about some top I think it's six of them we got top six double champs. You down for that?
Sure.
Okay. All right, big baby, start her off.
At number 6, we have MJF.
What's your
Okay.
thoughts on that, A.M.B?
I mean, MJF, even though he is a bad guy in wrestling and stuff, uh, I kind of am a big fan of MJF, even though myself, I am a good guy. One of the first shows that I ever went to live, I was still in high school. Um, AAW, yeah, AAW was running some shows near my hometown. And I went and seen MJF live. And from the moment I seen him, I just was just like blown away with this guy. Like you could tell he was just so set apart from everyone else. So, but I got it. I like the choice. MJF, he's always doing something good in my eyes. So,
And that's Oscar Miguel Rodriguez, by the way. Usually his name pops up. I'm not sure why it's not tonight, but he's absolutely correct. And not to interrupt, but there's huge things ahead for MCW in 2024. Like MCW, HAW, I mean, whatever promotion, that's localized here. You got HAW hitting 1 year, MCW shows, CSW, we got one coming up on Friday. Like, these shows are just popping out of everywhere, and it's a great time. The indie shows are just amazing, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And eventually, I'll really be a big part of it. it's it's something that I've always dreamed of since I was a child. just to be a part of the wrestling world and to be able to have a chance to actually be in the ring. And now I'm going to get that opportunity. So super excited. But yes, MCW definitely a big year for you guys in
I'm not gonna
2024.
lie. This is my dream right here. Getting to interview A.M.B, getting to interview all these wrestlers, getting to commentate at wrestling events. I'm a behind the scenes guy. Don't get me wrong, I'm just not the wrestling type. I don't have the body fit for it. I'm not good health. My kidneys not good health. I'm just not meant to wrestle. But behind the scenes, I love it.
Yeah.
And A&B, you have been a major part of Wrestling Bros, man. I have so much respect for you. I can't wait to watch you Saturday. It's going to be awesome. But at
Absolutely.
number 5, we got Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch is amazing. So again, I can't disagree with your choice. Um, since I've been watching wrestling, I kind of got back into wrestling a little late. So she was kind of already like a big name in NXT and stuff like that. But
Okay.
just to see her journey throughout, like, her whole career. And then, she just came out with that book. So she's doing really well. And then just to watch these documentaries and stuff, like, I get what you mean, the behind the scenes stuff. Like, my passion for wrestling kind of grew later in high school, when the network came out and you kind of got to see a little bit of this stuff, to see what people really go through, in this wild business that we call professional wrestling. So, Becky Lynch, she's earned everything that she's gotten in this business. So that's a good choice. I can't disagree with Becky Lynch.
It's
MJF and
just,
Becky Lynch are amazing choices.
Yeah,
I get the opportunity, Wrestling with Bros, this is very special to us to get to call an A&B match. Like, that's unbelievable. Like, we actually get to sit ringside and call an A&B MCW world title match.
Yeah.
alongside I keep forgetting the guy's name, but because it was just recently told to me, but we're going to be sitting alongside the actual announcer for MCW. I for some reason I think it's something Lee, but I can't remember.
Bobby?
Bobby
Is it
Lee.
Bobby Lee? There you go. I am
Yeah,
sorry I forgot that. That is so easy to remember. But yeah,
yeah,
we're going to be
Bobby
sitting
Lee.
alongside with Bobby Lee.
Not the comedian though. I wish.
I am super psyched to do this, just like Big Baby. I am chasing my career right now, but the podcasting thing, being able to commentate for a show, to be able to call a match and watch it happen and unfold, and call the moves and the shots and like, oh my god, moments as it's happening. It's going to be exciting. So I'm super stoked. A lot coming up for me. With show wise, wrestling wise. Like I'm glad to be a part of it finally, and I'm willing to pay whatever I got to pay to do it. So that's the best part about it. So number 3, Big Baby.
I think no, we're at number 4.
Oh, number 4. I'm sorry.
Number 4, and it's Seth Rollins.
Ah,
Seth
my
freaking
guy,
Rollins.
Seth Rollins. So he was when I first got back into watching wrestling. Like, I came in, started watching after the Shield. So I didn't know about the Shield. I didn't know about all that. So, but you could just tell, like, when I was watching, I could just tell. I'm like, this dude, he's different. Like, he gave me Triple H vibes. Even early on, like, he gave me
Yep.
Triple H vibes, and I'm like, this dude's just so far apart from everyone else. Like, he's amazing. And then, his knee injury happened, and I was so devastated. Senior year high school me was so devastated. And then when he came back, pedigreed fucking Roman Reigns, that was amazing. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, Seth Rollins, that's my guy right there.
We have
Absolutely,
another fan
absolutely.
comment.
I have Robbie Rebel and Javen Myra lined up. Got to find a booker to book AMV versus Kenny 9.
Kenny
Uh,
9.
I would say that's Oscar. Um, okay. All right. All right. All right. All right. Exciting. Any locker room should be happy to have A.M.B. The passion that this kid has and his willingness to take advice and constructive criticism is awesome. He is wise beyond his years and would be a great asset to any company. Kudos to the kid because he is the present and future of the business. I couldn't have said it better myself, A.M.B. What
Honestly,
Oscar just said there, it's the absolute truth. Like when I finally get the chance to step in the ring with you, like I know that I'm going to be in good hands. You know, it's I'm going to be in good hands. And if I mess something up, you're going to let me know. Like you're going to let me know. And I'm stoked to see this happen. I'm stoked to see it unfold, as well as I'm stoked to be able to call your match. I'm stoked to see you at any show. You've given us a lot of great advice, and you have definitely helped bring wrestling with bros to a whole new level. We really appreciate that.
I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Thank you.
Thank you.
at number 3 we got John Cena.
John Cena. You seen
I'll
his
take it.
stunt.
I'll take
you,
it. I'll take
you
it.
see, you seen his stunt at the Oscars. I'm sorry, that was great.
I
Come
don't
out
know
on
what
the
this
stage
was.
like,
I listen. I don't watch the Oscars. I'm not like really big into that stuff. But I woke up and seen that on my phone and I just looked away and was just like, oh my
I
god,
didn't believe it until I looked
what?
it up on YouTube.
You know he has the
I thought it
OnlyFans
was
account
fake.
now, right?
I thought it was fake. I'm not gonna lie. And
I did
yeah,
No,
too.
this man has an OnlyFans account.
Oh my God.
no comment.
No comment.
John, it's official. I was shocked when I read into it.
Hey, but he's in wrestling essence. John Cena is the goat.
Oh,
Yes,
he is.
You know, so
but
much
we
respect
got
to John
somebody
Cena.
above John that did it a little bit better with 2 belts around his waist, and that's Randy Orton.
Yes, yes.
The Viper.
The first generational talent. You know,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
when I was little, like real little, even in Evolution, he was my favorite. I just
Me
like the
too.
way he was, the way he looked, his charisma, the charm that he had. He always got the cool girls, Stacy Keebler. He got all the pretty ones.
Yep,
He just
yep.
had that. He had that like
Had the
confidence
nice
about
suits
him.
on.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes. One of the greatest entrance songs in all of WWE has got to
Oh,
be.
burning my light, burning in my light.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Got to be one of the
amazing.
greatest WWE songs ever. Uh yeah, Randy Orton, I would put him on my Mount Rushmore, honestly. Like
Me too.
in ring for sure.
100%.
He so smooth,
His
He makes
promos have
everything.
gotten better over the years.
Oh yeah, and the size he just put on, he's always changing his body, he's adapting, and that shows how smart he is, and he knows what he's doing, and I wish him all the best on his journey back in WWE right now. I hope he stays healthy. He's one of my favorites of all time. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. The Viper, man, he's just amazing. Like at his
question,
age that he is now and still able to hit them RKOs.
yeah, question: do you choose Legend Killer RKO or the Viper?
Legend killer.
Legend killer.
Same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay.
Legend killer.
That's why.
You
That's
know,
why
in
we're bros.
WWE 2K24, they actually gave us the O2 version of Randy Orton.
Oh, finally.
Yeah,
Don't have to
I
download it.
instantly drafted him on GM mode. Like, give me the O2 version now.
Yeah. I haven't really played I haven't played the new one. I don't have the new one. But I had 23 and I got it and didn't really play it a whole lot. But from what I played, it was really fun. Um,
Mhm.
honestly, I like 2K19. To me, it's the best wrestling game since, Here Comes the Pain. Uh, there's just something about the play style to it. You can really put on like actual matches in it. And to me, it's amazing.
2K24 is good. Is good. They brought back the casket match. They added the ambulance match. Special guest referee match is back. Career mode was amazing. GM mode is great. Universe mode is great. It's good.
Yeah.
So that comment we just seen a couple minutes ago that said MCW wants to bring me in and on in the future. So bring it on. That was Kenny Nine. So, yeah, yeah. We,
All
we
right.
might get to see A.M.B versus Kenny 9 soon enough.
There it is. So bring it
So
on.
bring it on.
Kenny Nine.
Think he might be calling you out, A.M.B.
We'll see if he shows up. I'll see him at the show. I'll see him at a
Great.
show.
Awesome. Awesome.
Nah,
All right.
no disrespect. I like Kenny Nine. He's a good dude. He's
Yeah.
all right.
Mm-hmm. All right. And number one, the guy, the tribal chief, acknowledge him,
Yep.
Roman freaking Reigns.
Yeah, of
Absolutely.
course. You know, I kind of figured he would be number one, but yeah, Roman Reigns. That again, like when I first started coming back into wrestling, fans hated him, dude, and I didn't understand why because like I was so new. Again, I didn't understand the whole, Shield angle and none of that, and I thought he was $1,000,000 when everybody hated him, and then I kind of didn't like him because the whole Undertaker thing. But then he got sick, and it's like, man, you can't hate a guy who's like, genuinely going through something, and then he just comes back and just runs through everybody, and it's like, how can you hate a guy like that? And yeah, honestly, he's made wrestling popular again, and he's made it mainstream again, and
And he's
it's
got one of the
awesome.
greatest managers by his side, Paul Heyman.
Yeah, and it's so relieving to actually, go out and about and to hear people talking about wrestling, and not
Yeah, and
being
he
shamed
has the
for it.
Samoan Spiker next to him, and Jimmy Dirty Uso that always saves the match for him.
And
Yeah.
Solo Sokoa.
I'm a Cody crybaby. All right, I'm a Cody crybaby.
So,
I'm a Cody crybaby. I want Cody to finish the story at WrestleMania.
so I'll take Roman Reigns over Cody. I will say that. I'm
Ooh,
not. Yeah,
may I
I'll
ask
take Roman
why?
Reigns over Cody. Yeah.
I'm intrigued why.
Well, so here's the thing. Just in my opinion, Roman Reigns he's making movies, you know, in the WWE system. He makes movies when he's on television. So you don't understand everything. You have to watch. And that's what makes Roman so intriguing. Whereas Cody, you know, this story's been going on for a while. So it's just like they done pulled the swerves on us a little bit already. I can see what they're doing, but I don't know. To me personally, I just feel like once this all happens, when he finally does get his big moment, then then what? Whereas Roman, this dude, he could lose or whatever, lose whatever, disappear, come back, and people are still going to be in tune and want to know what's up with him. So, and I just like guys in the business that can really build that attraction to him, like Will Osprey. I'm a huge Will Osprey fan. I'm pretty sure it shows
Major.
just in the moves, and you know what I mean. I'm sure it shows, but
He's
um,
insane.
yeah, like to seriously like see him when I'm watching late at night on YouTube, trying to stay up and watch these UK shows just to see Osprey when he's skinny like me and a twig, and then just to see from where he started to where he's at now, to see, the reputation and stuff that he's built to really make him like that much of an attraction to wrestling fans, not just wrestling fans, but people who are just enthralled with wrestling in general. Like it's amazing. And he wins people over right away. And I think Roman Reigns, he's doing that right now. And people don't really kind of see that just because he is kind of this bad guy. But man, he's making so many people like wrestling again. And it's like you can't hate a guy that's like that. And I think that's why I choose Roman over Cody. I think he just has more valuable to the table.
Yep. And Chris Patton said, A.M.B, what's up, bro? And then says the only way they were able to make Roman face was when he got sick. I think he meant make Roman heel.
Yes.
Because,
Sorry.
yeah, but yeah,
When he
absolutely.
came back and attacked the Fiend.
Yes, yes,
Yep.
yeah. That was when
Wreck
I think
everyone and leave.
everything really, really started changing with Roman, and that was
Yes.
when I think like, oh, okay, yeah, like the rocket was on his back, and here we are right now, you know. So I think I don't know. Like I said, I think he just has more value, and I think once if Cody finally finishes this story, then it's just going to be like up in the air for him, and I hate to see that for him because I do like Cody, um, but you know I just think nothing's going to stop Roman right now. So
Yeah, I mean it's anyone's game right now.
yeah, I
You
mean,
know, a lot of people like my neighbor who lives next door. His name is Michael Rhodes. He I was talking to him last night about this, and he says, I said, "Are you a Cody crybaby or are you a Tribal Chief fan?" And he sends me a picture of Roman Reigns like this, and I'm like, 100%. And he says, I'd like to see Roman beat at least Hulk Hogan's record. He said, I think Roman could do that, and I think he could pull it off. I said, yeah, I'm kind of on the fence. I mean, I like Cody, but at the same time, I'm a Roman Reigns fan, and it'd be great to see him beat that record. But I think at the same time, if he continues after WrestleMania, we might have a riot from the fans. Like the fans might actually riot.
I
You
well,
just
know,
I just want to say one thing. I'm not a fan of Roman, but I will say this about Roman. In this generation, he is the greatest storyteller of our time.
yeah,
He is the greatest story. The bloodline story is the greatest story of our generation. I can admit that proudly. But am I going to put me and Judas have a bet live at WrestleMania? If Cody loses, I'd put my ones in the air live on Wrestling with Bros.
he has to finally acknowledge the tribal chief. You know how many times
There's
A.M.B.
no way they have Cody Rhodes go back to back Rumbles and lose back to back Manias. That's wild. There's
You know
no
how many
way.
pay-per-views, I've sat down with Big Baby, and over the past 3 years, and Ben's like, "This is it. Brock's gonna win. He's gonna beat Roman." And all you hear is, "And still, Universal
I'm tired
Champion
of hearing it.
Roman Reigns." I'm like,
yeah,
acknowledge him. You got to do it.
and
If he
it's
can
just
beat Cody twice,
you know, and it's again, it's like a prime example of why wrestling's so fun again. It's divided, but in a fun way. It's no longer like you have to be watching this or watching that, you know, and it's okay. Just enjoy wrestling. And you know, WWE is so unpredictable right now. So you know, it's had me watching for the last, you know, few months just to see what's going on. And, you know, the Drew McIntyre stuff is pretty interesting as well. I will say that that's gotten pretty interesting to me. Just, you know, I'm a big Seth Rollins fan, so but yeah, Roman Reigns got to be the greatest double champ
You
of
think?
all time.
Do you think Drew is beating Seth at WrestleMania?
I could see it, you know. I would like, you know, I think Drew deserves that moment just because he kind of, you know, it was kind of you know,
they
nothing's
only made him
He
fair.
champ
carried the
last time when there
WWE.
was no crowd.
Right,
He
you know,
carried the
nothing. I
WWE
was,
in the COVID era.
yeah, nothing's fair, really, you know. But I just, man, that wasn't fair, you know, to him. You know, I think he deserves to have some sort of big championship run where
As soon
there's
as the
five
fans
on.
came back, Brock Lesnar's champion.
I'm sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said as soon as the COVID era was over, Brock Lesnar came back and he
Yep.
became champion.
Yeah, it
They've
was
always
hard to
buried
watch.
Drew. Give Drew his moment.
Yeah, and you know, so I
I'm a
could,
Seth Rollins guy.
yeah,
I'm major supporter. Wrestling with Bros is local from Davenport, Iowa. We were a major Becky and Seth supporters, but Drew's on a warpath right now.
He
yeah, and
is.
I think, I think Drew, you know, he's realistically, he's been doing this for a long time, and I think he wants to have that for himself, you know, and again, he was kind of robbed of the actual chance to represent the WWE the way that he wanted to. So, I wouldn't be mad if he wins. Um, but I would like to see Seth, because I like Seth and what he's doing, and I like to watch a lot of his stuff, and I think the belt looks great on him. He's really made that belt a real credible championship.
Defended it in NXT and everything.
Yeah, so it could go either way, and I really wouldn't be too upset. But I like Seth, so I would like to see Seth
Absolutely.
retain. WrestleMania
Honestly,
is
I
going to be
think
awesome.
you know CM Punk is not allowed to wrestle yet. He's still injured. But
Mm,
personally, I think something's going to happen where CM Punk is going to cost Drew that title. Whether the music hits or he catches his ankle or something. He's going to be out ringside. Something's going to happen where CM Punk's going to cost him that opportunity. And that's going to build up to Drew versus CM Punk, whether
I
it be
just bought his new hoodie.
SummerSlam or something along the way. Um, we're going to get, because we know we're going to get Drew versus CM Punk. So that was already said. CM Punk says, when I come back, I'm gonna smack you in the face, like straight out. Told Drew, I'm gonna hit you. Like it's on. So
yeah, I think
we shall see.
WrestleMania is going to be one of the most interesting ones in a long time. So I'm looking forward to watching it this year. Um, yeah, it's just really awesome to kind of like be able to just look around on social media and see everyone sharing wrestling, and everyone's happy to go to wrestling shows. And there's so many wrestling shows going on, and it's so cool. Everyone's, whether they're in the wrestling business themselves or not, it's just cool that everyone's getting an opportunity to just actually go experience this live for themselves to get their own opinion. So I could not be any more happier with wrestling right now.
So A.M.B, have you ever done a watch along before?
Oh, no, no.
So who are you watching WrestleMania with?
Uh, right now, I think it's just me and a couple of friends just kind of hanging out and just
Hey
watching
man,
it.
if you want to come, we do watch alongs for pay per views and stuff like that. If
Okay.
you want to come on the pod like this, we talk about the show as it's going and talk about the matches, and we just kind of kick back, have some snacks, some drinks, and whatnot, and just enjoy the show. If you want to come on,
Yeah, no, that sounds really cool actually.
okay,
Yeah, I think right now I'm just kind of hanging out and just kicking back and just enjoying the show. So,
okay, cool. Yeah, you just kind of just set your phone up. You don't have to constantly be right there staring at us or anything like that. You
yeah,
sit your stuff up
yeah.
and watch the show and just enjoy it. We talk about it on the way. So I'm going to go ahead and let the fans know, the shows that are coming up between that I know about. I'm not sure when HAW show is in April yet. I'll have to take a look at that. But the shows that I do know about, we got CSW presents Over Like Clover coming up March 15th, Friday. The show doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7:30. The address is 9757 Pacific Avenue in Franklin Park, Illinois. Plenty of matches, huge stars and stuff that are going to be at that show. It's including WWE's own Hornswoggle.
Yeah.
That is going to be
Yep.
that's going to be phenomenal, legendary. Like I
Got
can't
Mike
wait to see the guy in person. Like
got
it's going to be
Mike
awesome.
Speedball Bailey taking on Conan Lycan. That's
Yes,
going to be
yes.
another crazy match. Crazy
Mhm.
match. A must see match. I am booked. So I'm going to be wrestling somewhere else on Friday. But yes, that show is, just from the things I've seen from everyone sharing it around, it's going to be one hell of a show at CSW on Friday. So if you're definitely in the area, I recommend go and see that show. Go support the boys and the girls. Go support Chicago Style,
We
bro.
got two
Awesome.
intergender matches on that night. Two
Oh,
intergender
yeah,
matches.
yeah.
Heather Reckless is involved in one of those.
Yep.
So it's going to
Against
be
Gringo
awesome.
Loco. Gringo
Yes,
Loco. So
he's a
no,
big boy, ain't he?
yeah. So and then you have Missa Kate taking on Victor and Nestra. So
Yes,
you got some good entertaining matches taking place, and then you also have the banger matches that everyone oh so diedly wants to see. So you got the Conan and Mike Speedball match. Definitely go CCSW, man. I wish I could be
yeah.
there.
The ladies' title is on the line as well between I think like 5 ladies. That's going to be huge. I'm excited about that one. And then on Saturday, you don't even have time to go to bed. And you don't have time to go home, take a shower. You got to head straight to Bettendorf, Iowa. HAW A.M.B will be there March 16th at 6 p.m. The doors open. Show starts at 7. Can't miss it. You can't miss it. It's
I'll
going to
be
be a
there.
great time. Absolutely, absolutely. I'm psyched about that. I seen that one female star that's going to be there, aka Sexy Star. Is that
Yes. So if people aren't familiar, Sexy Star is a huge star, no pun intended, in Mexico. She is all over AAA, CMLL, and all the big promotions down in Mexico. She is as popular can get when it comes to being a superstar in this world of professional wrestling. She is amazing. I've had the privilege to share the locker room with her. She's very nice, very respectful. Um, but she can kick some ass. So definitely come see Sexy Star. She is
yeah?
amazing. She's very nice. She has awesome merch. Come buy merch from her. She's a very nice lady. But don't get it twisted. She will kick your head off. So come enjoy. Yeah, come enjoy and see her because you don't really get the opportunity to see someone like a big name like that to come to Honor Among Wrestling. So and I believe the other person that she's wrestling is from Ohio Valley Wrestling. So yeah, again, you got superstars that you only get one chance to come and see. So definitely come on out to these shows.
And I
Once in
don't
a
know if you've seen it,
experience.
AMB. I don't know if you've seen it. We actually just did a interview with an OVW wrestler, Kennedy Ryan.
I did. I
We just
watched it yesterday. Yeah, it was a
yeah.
very good interview. Yep.
Oh yeah, that was a great time. She's an amazing interview, and she's very sweet, very kind, and yeah, they have a different way of doing their training over there. But
Yes.
it's interesting that they train him in multiple different fields, so
Yeah.
that even if the wrestling doesn't work out, they still have things that they could potentially do within the wrestling business.
Is
Yeah.
So
that? I have a question for A&B.
Okay.
Is that a playground that you could see A&B playing in the OVW area?
I listen. I'm trying to get anywhere and everywhere that I possibly can. Um, OVW, obviously, I've been familiar with OVW just because I grew up watching the Brock Lesnar's, the Sheltons, and gotten to know a little bit of the backstory and history of what the foundations of what OVW is. And I would love to go to a place like that that has that type of credibility, the type of resources, the type of trainers, the knowledge, the connections. And all props to Ohio Valley Wrestling. I appreciate what they're doing. I've never really had the chance to meet El Snow or any of the people that are operating that stuff, but I've watched their documentary and it was very intriguing. It was very eye opening, especially for me because that was kind of like when I first really started to hit the ground running hard and got to see what this business is really like. So, um, I would definitely not say no. I'm definitely looking to one day get there, even if it is just one time. Um, I think it would be very awesome to go there, honestly.
and Oscar Miguel Rodriguez says, "Uh-oh, looks like some animosity building in the chat." And then we had Chris Brown said, "I see you have 2 championship titles within view. Amazing, 100%. How long have you been the MCW World Heavyweight Champion?"
So in January, I had the ladder match to determine the contract stipulation for a future championship opportunity in MCW. That was in early July. And I won it on February 10th at the most recent show that we had with MCW at Lee's Place in Sandwich. Kind of last minute decision. I kind of seen some things happening that I couldn't really agree with. And I think, people were kind of walking on eggshells that day and didn't really know what direction we were going to go. And I said, to hell with it. I'm not going to let nasty Nick Nolan, come in here and disrespect the fans, disrespect management, try to pull his own wild cards, no pun intended. And just try to make things happen for himself, And legally, I had the contract, you know. It gave me a guaranteed opportunity at any time within 365 days, whether I could cash it in or I could hold it. Chose not to choose it, cash it in. But due to the things that were happening in the match, I couldn't let none of that fly. And I realized management wasn't going to do anything about it because management is in Nasty Nick Nolan's pocket. So I did what I legally had the right to do, and that was cash in and win the championship. And the fans really enjoyed it. And to me, that's all that matters.
Absolutely.
People left with a smile on their face. They had an experience. They had a good time. And Nasty Nick Nolan was not happy about it. Chris the Wildcard Mercer, the general manager of MCW, was not happy about it. But
It's a Facebook user, I believe it's Oscar Manuel Rodriguez, says, explain this rivalry with Chris Mercer, aka MCW GM, for those who don't know.
So Chris the Wildcard Mercer, since MCW started in the beginning, we had a very hard-hitting match, and we ended up going to a time limit draw. I asked management for 5 more minutes, and they did not accept my request. Chris Mercer thought I wasn't worthy of getting another 5 minutes in the ring with him, and he took it upon himself to shove me and make things personal. And, I have the right to protect myself. The match was over. He got in my face, and some hands were thrown. And at the end of the day, it's not really too much about pride, but I'm a prideful person, and I know he is. And our pride got in the way. So we had another match set for a show that we had in September of last year. And he requested that we have a 2 out of 3 falls match to really determine and settle the issue between him and I. And I agreed. I wanted to prove, again, that I belong in this business. And I wasn't going to let no one beat the hell out of me or try to disrespect me, whether it's in the ring or not, and not give me a chance to really prove what I'm capable of. So I accepted the match, and things got off to a hot start. I didn't even get the chance to celebrate or, I had my whole family there. I had family come and travel to come see that moment, for the first time. Some of them had never seen me, and he took that opportunity away from me to really enjoy my moment. So I took a moment away from him. And unfortunately, I dove off of a 20-foot balcony, and his leg snapped in 2 different places. And we could no longer end what we needed to end. Things only progressed from there.
Wow.
And it's like ever since that's happened, he's hung it over my head, and he's not let me forget about the day that happened.
Damn.
And we both know what happens when you sign up and you put yourself into this business. We both know that. He still has a chip on his shoulder. Throughout his recovery, he has a chip on his shoulder, and he's made it a point that he is coming to kill me, pretty much. He's going to do whatever he can to embarrass me at any given
Wow.
time.
Hmm.
So
That's
not
crazy.
only do I have to worry about trying to represent Midwest Championship Wrestling for the good, for the good, for the people, and to do something positive, not only for MCW, for myself, but for my community. I have to keep a constant look over my shoulder because I have Nasty Nick Nolan on one side and Chris the Wildcard Mercer on the other. And that's
Yep.
just MCW. Then you go to Honor Among Wrestling. Nasty Nick Nolan on my debut at Honor Among Wrestling. I was in a match against Ethan Everhart, trying to just prove that I belong. And he comes and interrupts and takes away an opportunity from me there. So now I have Gunner Brave, who's made it a point that not only is he going to teach me a lesson, a very hard lesson, but he's tired of people comparing A.M.B to Gunner Brave. I'm tired of getting compared to Gunner Brave. People saying, oh, they're reckless. They can't work. They're this, they're that. They're going to die. There's pressure. There's a lot of pressure, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
It's okay because diamonds get made from pressure. And we'll see on Saturday who the real diamond is. And I'm
Would you
not
say that? Oh, go ahead, A.M.B. I apologize.
I'm not going into Saturday, like I had the intention when I first got told I was going to have this match with Gunner. I'm going in this match now to survive, literally. This is the only mentality that I have to have because it's no longer about, who's the better athlete, who wants to represent the company. Because at this point, Gunner says he don't give a shit about this belt. It's about who has the longevity in this business and who is smart enough to realize that they have mistakes that they have to fix before it's too late. And I'm not the wisest guy, but I've been told before from a lot of veterans, just in my experiences already, that, you get told a
Your
lot of
ring
things.
IQ is high.
You got, well, I kind of the opposite. When you first start this business, you get told, keep your mouth shut, keep your ears open, and respect your elders, basically. But I've been told to slow down, and I've had a couple hiccups in my journey. I've had my knee go out on me twice. I've had a couple, ankles go out on me a little bit. They swell up, all these bumps and bruises, and I've had concussions, and I think Gunner is really trying to teach me a lesson about life, not just in professional wrestling. He's trying to teach me a lesson about just life. So I can't go into this match just thinking this is going to be another one I can just check off the list, another opponent that I wanted to wrestle. I have to survive
Yep.
in order to say that I truly beat Gunner Brave.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We
Could you
talk
say an
about
ally's been made with Mateo?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Could you say an ally in HAW has been made with Mateo?
I would say so, yes. Just because there's a common denominator there. I I've had the luxury of, being able to get to shows early and to see how hardworking Mateo Valentine is, you know? And I think we're kind of the same in that way. We both get right to work. And I think we're very both respectful in the way we go about everything and the way we handle ourselves.
absolutely, absolutely. We talked about HAW and CSW shows coming up and stuff, but the big one, you brought up was MCW. Live Pro Wrestling, April 27th, 2024 at 7 p.m. MCW World Champion A.M.B will be there as well. If you didn't get enough at HAW, you can see him as well at MCW. He'll be defending his world championship in a triple threat action against Nasty Nick Nolan and Hawaiian Hitman Koa Laxamana. And many other amazing talents will also be there, such as former Impact superstar and current NWA superstar Marsh Rocket, also Rafael Quintero, the Black Sheep FXB, Lizardman Nile, Jack Fowler, and so many more. Like, there's so many names on that list that I see every Thursday. Like,
Good.
they're amazing. They're amazing performers in the ring. They're amazing at training, and they show me a lot while I'm there. And I'm super stoked. That show will be at 7 p.m.
Judas.
in Ottawa, Illinois, at the Skydive. Yes,
Judas.
yes,
We get to call A.M.B's match.
yes, yes.
That's awesome, dude. That's
Yeah.
awesome for me. That's like a goal. When I met you and all these podcasts started happening, and then we started talking in person, and you're such a cool dude. Now I get to call one of your matches, one of your biggest matches. That's so freaking awesome, dude.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to see you. I'm right there, right where the action's at. I get to see you up close. I got faith in you, man. I know you're going to win.
I appreciate that. Yeah, it's this is my first world championship, like real world championship. This is the
Proud of you.
Midwest Championship, and this is what the equivalent. I don't treat this championship any different than the World Championship. I take pride in this. I won this on September 30th of last year, so I'm not good at math. I know that's for sure 100 plus. So it's an honor to just be able to hold this for one, let alone one day, but 100 plus.
You're
Uh,
headed for 7 months, A.M.B. 7 months.
Right. So yeah, it's an honor, like no pun intended.
Oscar,
But
I believe that's Oscar Miguel Rodriguez says A.M.B. versus Gunner Brave is going to be a barn burner. If you have a chance to be there, do not miss it. And Gunner, you heard it right here on Wrestling with Bros. A.M.B. told you straight from his heart exactly how he feels. Your message was read loud and clear, but he's not afraid. He's going to come into that match
That's
prepared for
A&B,
you.
baby.
You're going to get to see a side of A.M.B. that you ain't seen. He is going to be prepared for that match. He's going to be ready for that match. He's going to give you his all. And if you do manage to pull off the victory, it's going to be well earned and well deserved. So
He ain't pulling off the victory. I'm an A&B mark. He ain't pulling off nothing.
we got you. We got you, MB. We're going to be rooting for you,
I'm an
man.
A&B mark, man.
I mean, all jokes aside, though, Gunner Brave, if you're listening, this is gonna be something special. This is gonna be something, win or lose, I can look back at and take away from this and know that I gave it my all. And that's all that I can really hope to do the day of. I can't really predict what's going to happen or what I'm going to do in the moment. But that's all I can do is give you my best. And I'm going to give you my best. Win or lose. I know what you're trying to teach me. And I hear you loud and clear. I'm going to prevail. I'm still going to be the Honor Among Wrestling Midwest champion. And I think at the end of this, you will respect A&B, which you said you respect me. But I kind of think you doubt my ability a little bit and think that I won't pull through. Now, I've had a lot of people doubt me before. I've doubted myself more than anyone's doubted me ever. But I don't doubt myself when it comes to this match just because I feel strongly confident in what I'm capable of. And I think my passion and my energy is going to exuberate to the fans, and them fans is what's going to keep me going. And without the fans, I would be nothing. Without the fans, there would be no Gunner Brave either. There would be no Conan Lycan. Um, we do a lot for you fans. So if you are going to be attending this show this Saturday as a fan, just know this is going to be something amazing that you will never forget. So just please show all your support because I know that I'm going to need it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better myself, man. I'm super stoked. And then we go into honorable mentions tonight. A.M.B, you've said it all, man. My honorable mentions go to you, man. Once again, been a great podcast, been a great episode. You really dug deep, and fans, you got to watch this episode because this episode hits hard, hits at home, truly from the heart. So shout out A.M.B, and I can't wait to see you Saturday and April 27th. It's going to be amazing.
Absolutely, man. I'm
My honorable
excited.
mention. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm just excited. I'm super excited, Nervous, excited, um in survival mode basically at this point, but it's going to be everything it's been anticipated to be. So,
My honorable mention goes to A.M.B. Another great podcast, another great chat. Can't wait to see. Cannot wait to see you Saturday, man. It's going to be a hell of a match, and I can't wait to call your match April 27th. I am super soaked. I'm ready, man. I'm a huge fan of yours. You inspire me. You help build our podcast. You help build our views up. Much love, man.
As far as we can see, man, you are one of the bros, one of the wrestling with bros. So you've definitely earned that name, man. Definitely, 100%.
no, I
All right,
appreciate
big baby.
both of you, man. I appreciate both of you just cuz you know like I said earlier, what I want to do is just leave an impact, you know what I mean? Make an impact whether it's on one fan or one person or 100. It doesn't matter. I want someone to like you said, I inspire you, and that means a lot to me because I all these wrestlers I grew up watching, they inspired me in a lot of different ways, but it seems so unachievable. So to be here as a wrestler, now it's surreal and it's very humbling, like it's humbling, just to hear that people are like looking forward to seeing me and all this stuff. So it really blows my mind. Like it really leaves me at a loss of words at times, just because this is much bigger than just what I want and than myself now. So again, I cannot be more grateful just to, have you two to let me come on here, whether it's tonight or in the future, in the past, just be able to come and just talk for just a little bit about wrestling. We all share a mutual passion for this, and it's good to connect with new people and to hear new stories. It's always good to hear other people's stories, and I think a lot of people lately, it's been showing just from the responses I'm getting from people that they're learning from me, which is something I thought that would never be possible at all.
Yep,
Um, so thank you again for the kind words, and thanks for just letting me have the time to just come on here and just talk about what I'm passionate about.
absolutely. We're very thankful.
Thank you
All right,
guys.
big baby.
Well, it's that time where we move into our goodbyes. I'm Big Baby Ben.
Judas Black.
A.M.B.
And this has been another amazing episode of Wrestling with Bros. Good night, y'all.